Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another LEGO video, and today I'm going to show you guys all my custom LEGO fire trucks. So let's get started. So first we're going to start out with Station 1 of my city fire departments. If you're wondering what the city is called, it's going to be called Brickborough City, or just Brickborough. So let's get started. So here we have Engine 1 of Station 1. So this one was based off of a real fire truck. It's no longer there, but it was there before. Maybe 2 years ago, probably. A year or two ago. It was called Lansdowne Volunteer Engine 362. I just took that design and made it as my Engine 1 for Station 1. So in the front we have horns on the bumper, the Q siren, and then we got the headlights and flashing lights, and then we got these like flashing lights over here, and then we got a scene light up here, and then we got 3 light bars, this big one right here, and then we got 2 small ones, and then we got a cabinet box on the roof. We got scene lights on the sides of the cab. In the middle we have this nice big hose reel. On the other side we have a bunch of gauges and a hookup for the hoses. And then I use some sideways body technique, where I use these column bricks with 4 studs to put this right here so that it would line up with 2 studs, and it would also it could also line up right here. So it doesn't open up, it's just a fake cabinet. And here we have a little flashlight. It's supposed to be one of these hammer things, but I couldn't find any, so I'll just put it in there temporarily. And then in this big cabinet we have a saw and an axe. And then on the back, oops. Hold on, let me fix this. This happens all the time. Okay, there we go. On the back we have 3 hoses in the hose bed. We got flashing lights here, flashing lights, hazard light, and then hazard stripes. On the other side, same cabinets except on this side. Here we have 2 face masks with oxygen tanks. And here we have a fire extinguisher. And then same thing, nothing in the cabinet. And then here we have scene lights here and a flashing light. Same thing on the other side. So that's basically it for this truck. Oh yeah, and also the roof does come off very easily. It's only held on by these studs from the scene lights, and then these studs back here. And then if it's a 10 stud long cab, you can fit 3 minifigures in here. If it's 8 studs, you can only fit 2. So that's just some knowledge if you're building fire trucks. If you want a nice big cab, then make it this long so you can fit a good amount of minifigures. Stupid roof back on. There we go. Oh yeah, and also, in the cab, if you see these windows are actually very old. These windows go back from like the 60s and 70s. Yeah. And somehow I got a hold of I had like a decent amount. Like I had a good handful of them in different colors. Like I had some in white, most in red. So yeah. Next up, for Station 1 we have Ladder 1. This one's a big boy. So as you can see, there are a lot of differences. Well, the first one is, of course, the tires. These tires are bigger because I decided I wanted to use them on this, so I did. So in the front, we have 2 headlights, 2 flashing lights, and then more flashing lights here. Scene light. This one's a little bit thinner because of the roof. I only did that one big because the roof on that was a little bit more thick. This one isn't as thick as that. And then here we have a cabinet box on the bumper, a Q siren and horns, and a flashing lights on the side of the bumper. Oops. That came undone. So this one has functional doors. The other one didn't because of how I'd add the plates, so I couldn't add doors on that. This one is only 8 studs long for the cab, so I couldn't add the windows, special windows. And we got the same kind of hose reel, like that one. And then on the other side we have same kind of gauges, hook up, something like that. So these cabinets above the mud guards or the back wheels, they don't function. They're just there for show, just like the 2 cabinets on my on that engine. So this one has a hammer and I guess it would be a hammer. I don't know what it's actually called, but it looks like a hammer, so I'll call it that. And then we got a radio walkie-talkie. In this cabinet we have a saw and an axe. In the back we have a hazard light, flashing lights, and a ladder. And we also got brake and turn signals. And then in this we have 2 face masks with oxygen tanks. And in this one we have a wrench and 2 fire extinguishers. And then the ladder does raise up, so the ladder is only held down by these 4 studs above the cab. So it can rotate up pretty. It can rotate 360 degrees. So it can be raised up pretty high, as you can see. So yeah. I might add a tower bucket onto the front, but I don't know. Maybe. So that's about it for ladder 1. And next up we have Italian one. This is not really that special. It's basically a remake of the 2013 Fire Chief car from the 6001 Fire Chief set. So all I did to it, well, I did just rebuild it, so it's a little bit different. Like I added these panels here. I also smoothed up the inside, so it's not studded. It's just all smooth tiles. And then I changed the wind screens or windshields in the front and back to transparent black because it just looks better. And I also changed the light bar and the roof to white or clear. So I changed the roof to white and I changed the light bar to clear. That's about it. So that's for Station 1. Next up we got Station 2. So Station 2 has Engine 1. So this one's a lot different from Engine 1. This one was also based off of a design in Maryland, of a Maryland engine. Like that one was based off of Lansdowne Volunteer. This one is based off of Arbutus Volunteer of engine 351. Of course, all I did was like based off the cab, and then the back I just did myself. So in the front we have 2 flashing lights, we got 2 turn signals, and then we got headlights. We got the Q siren here, horns are up here, and then we got a flashing light in the middle, and then rear side mirrors. And then we also got a scene light right here. And then also scene lights on the side of the cab, gauges here, hook up, and then hose reel right here. And here we have a bunch of studs for the stud shooter. Here we have a face mask. On the other side we have an oxygen tank. I will be adding different cabinets on here, like the tall ones, just to make it look better, and then I'll probably move this over here. So yeah. And then we have flashing lights here, hose bed with only 2 hoses. And then in the back we got flashing lights here, flashing lights, turn signal, brake lights, and then we got a hazard light there. And then I use this sideways building technique with brackets so I could put this 2x4 tile here with a 60101 sticker on the tile from the fire utility truck in 2016. And then I use the hood piece from that to put onto here. And then if you're wondering what this is, I just put that there for like maybe Santa to sit on that. If it's in like a Santa fire truck parade, it can sit right there. So, and then we also have in the middle like a little nasal gun. So yeah. Nothing really else to engine 1. And then next up we got, engine 2. Next up we got tanker 2. So this one has, of course, bigger tires than engine 1. It has buffer ones, similar to the same ones from ladder 1. This one's a tanker, so in the front we have a Q siren. Horns are on the side right here, and then we have flashing lights, headlight, turn signals behind it. On the side we have a cabinet here with a face mask, and then we got a panel here with the fire logo, and then we got 09 sticker on the hood piece. In the back we have 2 flashing lights, a tank dump out for like the water in the tank. And then we got this 2x4 tile with hazard stripes. And then this orange light is to, like, when it flashes, it'll, like, do it a few seconds before the tank starts dumping out water. So it's, like, giving you a warning before it dumps out water. I just thought that was a nice little detail. I know that actually exists on real tankers, but I just thought it would look nice. And then we also got lights on the side of the bumper. Same thing on the other ones. So, yeah. This one is also a small cab, so I can only fit 1 figure, or in real life 2 people. 2 or 3 people, maybe. So, yeah. That's Tanker 2, and then next up we got Battalion 2. So this one is basically, I rebuilt this from it originally being a utility truck into the Fire Chief car from 2016. There ain't really much differences from that. Well, there are. Like, the bumper is red on the front and back. And it's also not a male fire chief. It's a female fire chief. Besides that, there wasn't really much of any more changes. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, and also, all of these I do red and blue lights. Instead of just blue lights, I do red and blue because they look nice. Next up we have, oh yeah, so that's Ever Station 2, and then next up we got Station 3. So for starters we have the engine tanker. This thing is a beast. So on the front we have hazard stripes on the bumper, and then we got the headlights on the bumper instead of like right here, because it's like a little higher. And then we got the Q siren here, flashing lights. And then no scene lights, but there are scene lights on the side of the cab. So this one also uses the old windows. So we got a little hose reel here, and here we have a oxygen tank. Actually, wait a minute. Let me change this hose reel to this one with a stud shooter. It would look a lot better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. I'm gonna also add some studs to this. I'm gonna find a good amount of them. I'm just gonna do 3 for right now, but I'll find more later. So we got an oxygen tank in here. And here a fire extinguisher, so let me put some studs in here. So yeah. And then I also added some sticker here. This nice big sticker. From the... Yeah, it was from the 60... 214, 60214, Burger Bar Fire Rescue, yeah. So I did this sticker here, 2 of them, one over here, one there, and then I did this one with hazard stripes on the back. So in the back here we have, of course, a sticker, and then flashing lights here, tank dump out. We got brake lights, turn signals. On the other side, it's the same thing. So this time we have an axe here, and then over here we have a face mask. And then we have gauges here, stuff like that. And then, of course, we got functional doors. We got a train horn on top. And, yeah. Oh, yeah, this cabinet is for, like, storing the, like, maybe, like, the thing where the water goes in. Like, the water container. Like, I was thinking it was, like, foldable, and it would, like, be in here. So, like, it'll fold up and, like, fit in here. It's not that big of a cabinet, but it was a nice feature. I don't know if that's actually true, but I just thought it'd be a nice feature. So that's engine tanker 3. Next up, we got tower 3. I will be making a bigger tower and keeping this one. I was thinking of this being like an antique fire truck because it's so small and it just looks like an antique fire truck. So I'm gonna make this one like the antique tower 3, and then the next one will be like tower 3-1. I did put doors here, but of course they don't open because of this. Once I find 2 panels, I'll put them back here because I had to use a couple on a different set. So yeah. And then this has 2 minifigures. The main one who was originally driving is now up here, and then I put a different one right here. So, and then there's an axe here. I don't know what this is, but it had water right here, so I was thinking maybe it's like a hose, but there's no hose attached to it, so maybe there's like a tank here, so it's like a water gun. I guess, I'm not sure. Here we have a cabinet with nothing in it, and then we got hazard stripes, brake lights, and flashing lights, light bar. Pretty simple. This tower doesn't rotate, unfortunately, so if it goes to fight a fire, it's gonna be a little difficult. So yeah. Next up, we got Battalion 3. This one's a little more interesting because this one's from the 60215 Fire Station set in 2019. First off, it has flashing. It has a flashing light bar and sound like that. It also has a hose reel with a stud shooter, and then we got in here, I think, a bunch of studs, right? Yeah, just a bunch of studs in there. And then here we have some cones, traffic cones, whatever. And then we got an axe here. This one has hazard stripes on the bumper in the front and back. There's lots flashing lights in the front and back. And then it has this like push bar here. And the rims were originally white, but I changed them to black because, I mean, doesn't that look really cool? It also matches the theme of this fire station because all of them are going to have black rims. So, yeah. So this looks really nice. I'm loving it. So, yeah. I'm hoping to have all of them be black rims. Alright, so that's Station 3. Next up we got Station 4. Now, the first 3 were just mandatory. However, these next 2 are actually going to be special. So Station 4 is actually going to be the Rescue Again ladder. So in the first one we got Truck 4. So don't worry about this wheel design here. It was really complicated of how to do that, so just ignore that. So this is Truck 4 from the Station 4, the Rescue Again ladder. So in the front we have a cabinet, a big cabinet, a box on the bumper. We got the horns. Now, you don't see a Q sign, but it's actually like indented into the bumper right here, because that's what you see on like newer fire trucks. This one's like a newer one. We got scene lights here, 2 more scene lights on both sides, and then we got 2 light bars, and then 1 big one right here. On the back of the cab, we have a We got 2 cabinets here, but they got nothing on the side, and then this one we have. And then we have an oxygen tank right here. We got like a tank, maybe with oxygen, I don't know what it's for, but you normally see those on like the back of tow trucks. So I did that there. I also have stabilizers here. If you're wondering why these aren't white, it's because these were originally white, but they were really loose, and also they were breaking, so I changed them to these light bluish gray ones, which are a lot better. In this cabinet, we have 2 oxygen tanks with face masks. In this in this cabinet, we have a wrench and 2 fire extinguishers. And in this one, we have a hammer and some studs for the stud shooter, which is in this cabinet over here. On the back, we have no lights besides turn signals and brake lights. Also got a ladder with a bar with like a handle to help you get up. And then we got 1 flashing light that's up here. And the reason why I put the back cab on the left is because so that you can have more room here, and also the door opens up a lot better. I just think that's what it should be on tiller trucks instead of it being in the middle. And then in this cabinet we have a saw and an axe, and then this one we have the hose reel. So it's a stud shooter. So yeah. Yeah, that's about it for this one. The roof does come off, so it comes out in 2 sections. The back part with the big window, and then the front part with this. So, yeah. Okay, there. And then we got 2 flashing lights here on the side as well. And then, of course, the ladder does raise up pretty high, actually. So let me, I'm pretty sure it's probably higher than ladder 1. I'm going to do a test. I'm going to do a test to see how high this one can go. So let me put the stabilizer down. Even though it doesn't need stabilizers, it looks realistic. So let's see. And then let's bring back out ladder 1. And let's see. Oh, it is close. Wow, that was actually pretty close. Look at that. That is really close. I'm shocked. They're actually really close. I know it's only like 5 times, but I mean, they really are. Anyways, let's put all this back down, and let's view the other trucks to station. Let's view the other trucks to station 4. So let's put this back down. Next up will be Rescue 4, which is the rescue ambulance. So, in the front we have 2 sirens and a Q siren, and then we got the horns here, flashing lights, headlights, and then we got 2 flashing lights on the sides of the bumpers, and then we got doors here and here that work, of course. We got a light bar here. Now, if you're wondering where I got these, of course, they're from the 4208 fire truck set. I used the panel back here, these pieces onto these smaller panels here and here, and then the hood piece right there, because I didn't know where else to use them. I mean, I probably could have used them on engine 2, because it has some yellow stripes on it, so I probably could have used it on there, but whatever. So, on the side, of course, we got the panel here, we got a window. Not much, really. On the back, we have 2, we got flashing lights here and here, brake, turn signal, and backup lights. We got a door here. And that's about it. We got like an AC unit up here. The roof does come off into one piece. So, hold on, we'll fix the guy. So we got the stretcher with like an oxygen tank here, and then we got an old dude on here that I had in my drawer. I didn't know what to use it on, so I used him as like he got hurt or something. And anyway, the stretcher is actually from an old set, so they kind of go together. Except this minifigure is actually older. I'm sure, yeah, this minifigure is older than the stretcher. From what the stretcher came from when I got it. That's about it for Rescue 4. Next up, we got Battalion 4. This one also has more to look at than the other, than from Battalions 1 and 2. So this one has a fire extinguisher, this walkie-talkie radio, which is not a Lego branded one, but it does look pretty cool. I think this one actually looks better, so I use that. In the back, we got this that opens up, and then we got a face mask and oxygen tank. So, yeah. That's Battalion 4. That's it for Station 4. Now we're going on to Station 5, which is the Rescue Squad. So for this, we have Rescue. So we got Rescue Squad 5. So in the front, we have the key siren. We got a horn, cabinet box on the bumper, headlights, flashing lights, more flashing lights, light bar. On the side, we got the sticker, which is from the first 2 fire stations. I got 2 of them, so I got one on this side and one on the other side. We got 2 flashing lights here, and then scene lights here, and this big one in the middle. And these wheels are Speed Champion wheels, as well as the mud guards. Since I took the mud guards off and these wheels off from the Speed Champion set, I decided to use them on here to redo my Rescue Squad truck, because a long time ago, well, not that long ago, like a few years ago, I really wanted to redo my Rescue Squad truck because it was pretty outdated and it didn't look that good. So I thought, when I took these off, I realized, instead of making it red and white, instead of remaking it red and white, how about we do white and red? And then this was born. And I'm in love with it. And then I use these silver studs to cap off these, and I think they look pretty good. I think they look awesome. And then since these mud guards went down further stud, I added this white plate layer, and I think that looks really nice. In the back, we don't have any flashing lights besides this hazard light here, and then we got brake lights and turn signals. Same exact thing, of course, like I said about the sticker. So it's kind of plain, of course, because it's a Rescue Squad, but I mean, I love it. So, oh yeah, and also it has a train horn down here as well. So that's Rescue Squad 5, and then we got Medic 5. So this is Medic 5, and it is... And then this is part of the Swiftwater Rescue. I'm going to show you what else goes in Swiftwater Rescue, but this one, so in the front, we got, what are they, headlights and turn signals, and then we got hazard stripes on the bumper, and then we got headlights on the, not headlights, a light bar on the roof, on top of the cab, and then have flashing lights here and on the other side, and we have these clear panel windows in the back. These doors open, and then you can see a stretcher. Now this one does not have wheels because it's a Swiftwater Rescue, so if it goes to the ocean, it'll probably just like draw it in, so it doesn't really need wheels. They can just like carry it into the ocean if someone's in danger. And then we got this hazard stripe thing with the license plate on the back bumper, and then the roof does come off, just like that. So yeah, this one's also like a similar design to Rescue Squad with white and red. So And then finally for the rescue squad, we have the utility truck and boat trailer. So the utility truck, so these, of course, both to go, the boat trailer goes to the Swift Water Rescue, but this is just like utility, the one that pulls it. So for the truck, we have baby side mirrors, windshield wipers, and then we got headlights, turn signals, and then we have a nice bumper, curvy, kind of like the others. And then we got like a little horn here, like a train horn, a light bar. On these cabinets, oh, oops, that one fell out. This one we have a face mask, and then this one we have an oxygen tank, and then we got this. If you're wondering what this gray thing is, it's actually a stabilizer for the trailer. But I put it in there because we don't necessarily need it. As you can see, it can stand up on its own because how level the weight is. Because of how level the weight is. So I decided to keep it in here just to get it out of the way. In the back we have 2 flashing lights here, brake lights, and then we got bumpers and a tow hitch, a trailer hitch for this. And then we got this, and then we got like a nice little bed here, and then you can pull out this slide out, which has a tank with a water tank with a hose that goes to this stud shooter, and then we got an axe as well, because I couldn't fit it anywhere else. And then these 2 cabinets we have, oh, stud fell out. We got a fire extinguisher and some studs, and then this one we have, I guess, a hammer and some studs for the stud shooter. There's supposed to be 2 figures in it, but I can only fit 1. This one is supposed to be the other figure that goes in this, but it can't fit, so I just leave it out and only have 1 figure in it. So that's the utility truck. And then the boat trailer, it's pretty simple. We got a hitch here, 2 wheels on each side, and we got 2 identical boats. They both have hazard lights on the front, like hazard orange lights. We got like, life vests, yeah, orange life vest, steering wheel, and then we got the motors on the back and the flashing lights as well. There is this ramp on the back to like get this boat down, but it can't get down, but it can't even get down because of these pillars. So it's kind of just there for show, and it's also pointless. But I just added it there for detail. So yeah. So that's it for Station 5 and all 5 stations of the City Fire Department. Is that it? Nope, there's still more. We have 3 more fire trucks which go to the airport. So first things first, we have engine. We got engine. I don't really know what to, maybe 12, I guess we can call it Station 12, I'm not sure. But we got the engine truck. So I'm doing it in this yellow and blue paint scheme, so it's like all yellow with like these 2 blue stripes go throughout the truck, and I think that looks awesome. So on the front we have this horn here, Q siren, and we got headlights, flashing lights, turn signals. On the side we have this hose reel, light on the bumper, and then we got a light bar here with, and then we also got these transparent light blue slopes here for like a window that you can look out from the cab, and then we got these ones on the side as well. There was supposed to be like an axe, like an axe here, but it fell off somewhere, so I'll have to put a new one on. And then this cabinet we have a oxygen tank. On the back we have a hazard light, 2 flashing lights, and 2 brake lights. We got a hammer here, and then we got a face mask, and this one we have a fire extinguisher, yes. And then we got a bunch of gauges here as well. So that's for the engine. Next up we got the rescue. This one I'm gonna be redoing soon because it's literally so plain. It has nothing to it. You can't even fit a minifigure inside. So this thing I'm gonna be redoing. I don't know when. Maybe sometime this week, but I'm definitely gonna be redoing it. So, as you can see, it's really nothing. There's nothing to it. It's literally just a cab with that you can't even fit a figure inside. That's why I'm going to be redoing this. So, in the front we got headlights and flashing lights. A light bar here. Nothing on the back. And then we got 2 flashing lights here. That's basically it. I mean, I already did a video about this, but now that I realize it, it's pretty bland. It's really, really bland. So I'm gonna be redoing this probably maybe this coming week or something like that. So yeah. And then finally, for the finale, we got the utility truck, which is not bland. It has some stuff in it. So there's no figure inside because you can't fit it. I'm probably gonna redo this one as well. It has a similar bumper to the utility truck in Station 5. It's got a tow hitch, bumpers, light bar. In the back, there are some stuff in the back though. So oops, some elements. So in the back there is a oxygen tank and a face mask. Now this drawbar or whatever it is, a slide out, was originally in the airport fire truck originally. The original airport fire truck from 2006 maybe, the 7891. So yeah, that's about it for that one. So yeah, that's about it for my fire trucks. So I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.